The debt snowball is adapted from, I think it's been around for a long time, but a debt snowball defined by Dave Ramsey's organization is really when you just start stacking your debt one after the other and you pay your smallest debt down first, and the auto payment or the minimum payment due on that first debt gets absorbed into the second debt. So if you're sitting on a couple of credit cards and an auto loan, you can use the debt snowball to your advantage if you're disciplined. So many people, when they look to buy a home, they're going to usually put between 3.5% being the minimum, all the way up to 20% to avoid mortgage insurance. So 20% down would be kind of best case scenario. 3.5% is worst case scenario, but it's a useful tool for a lot of folks. So, for example, on a $300,000 home at 3.5%, you're roughly $12,500 down plus some closing costs. And then, of course, 10% would be 30,000, 20% would be 60,000. So I know many people don't have $60,000 in their savings account. And so some do, though. And how do they get there? Some people got there through different means, but the debt snowball is something that my wife and I used in our late 20s. We had accumulated pretty sizable IRS debt. I was self-employed and didn't really know how to pay my taxes on time. We were a little bit frivolous with our budget. We had some credit card debts. All in all, we had about $50,000 worth of debt. I was 27 or 28, and my wife was 25. And we really committed to the debt snowball. So we took our first credit card, which I think was $1,500, what we owed on that. The minimum payment, is $89 a month. And then we focused all of our extra income, any side work that we were doing, any of the side hustles we had going on, we shoveled money towards that credit card. Once that was paid off, the $89 minimum payment went to our next lowest debt. And we continued in that fashion until at age 30, which was approximately 3 years later, we were able to eliminate all $50,000 worth of debt. So it's not for the faint of heart, because I think, budgeting money is hard. And there's a reason why it's so easy to go into credit card debt and other debts. But having a plan and then implementing that plan and using the snowball is really a great tool. And even now, if I were to look at my finances now, which is, 12 years later, we don't have an official debt snowball. But at one point we had a $800 car payment. It was 0% interest for 48 months for a 2018 Subaru Outback. And that payment was $835 a month. And when we bought that car, we had $1,200 a month going into our debt snowball. So we didn't even notice the new debt, because we already had earmarked $1,200 towards debt, and it had started to accumulate into a savings account. And so when that need came up for our family to upgrade our vehicle, we were able to take out a loan at 0% interest, and we made that payment out of our debt snowball, and it didn't impede on any of our other expenditures, any of other debt. So there's many things that you can get into with money management and managing debt. But ideally, having a plan and having a snowball that you can ramp up over a short period of time to really pay down the debt as fast as possible is a really great way to save for a down payment. Because if you have $1,000 a month going into your debt snowball and your debt is now eliminated, then 10 months go by and now you can afford a down payment on an FHA loan for $300,000 at 3.5%. So that's the idea, is if it takes you 2 years to get out of debt and 1 year to save your down payment, that's only 3 years. So if you're under the age of 50, that's no time at all. That's no time at all to save for a down payment and get your family into a better financial situation. On average, households that own homes versus rent have an exponentially higher amount of net worth. So if your financial future is important to you, utilize the debt snowball, get your down payment ready to go, and make an acquisition for you and your family and your future family. Hey everyone, Michael here with Absolute Real Estate. Thank you for watching. Do me a favor, like and subscribe below. And if you want more information on real estate and real estate investing, check out the links below, and I'll see you on the next video.